Welcome, Cancer, to your mid-February monthly reading. We are going to do some oracle cards and tarot cards to give you some messages to help you get through the month, Cancer. And the first card we are going to pull is Fruit of Happiness. Moments are like blossoming buds. This is telling me to stay in the present moment. Find joy in little bitty fruits, little bitty. It's almost like being around a tree and it's like feeling a little murky. I noticed the murky water here, and it's telling me, Cancer, to the wisdom is to find moments of happiness in your day, little bitty moments, little bitty fruits. Like they're like blossoming buds. These moments of happiness are coming into your life, and it's just saying, recognize them, see them, call them out, say, hey, that made me happy. That's what I'm hearing. Let's pull another card for you. Shed the shell, crack the cocoon, and fly away. So it's like you're shedding some skin. It's almost like the water snake who sheds its skin every summer, and it's raw after it's shed its skin, and then it blossoms into something beautiful. Or the caterpillar, obviously, when the caterpillar is transforming and it's turning into a butterfly, it's like you're about to fly. And it's really encouraging you to, maybe you're in that caterpillar state right now where you can't fly, like you're feeling like, things are a little murky. See this murky water? And it's saying, crack that cocoon, fly away, let the things open, let yourself be raw. I know this is sometimes quite hard for Cancers to just be vulnerable, and I think it's encouraging you to find moments of vulnerability and happiness. This is going to bring you some happiness into your life. Yeah, Cancer, that's not easy for any of us, honestly. Who wants to be vulnerable? Not me. I don't like it. But it's saying, I've got a shell right here. It's like I'm picturing an oyster shell. Once you crack that oyster shell, there's a beautiful pearl inside, right? And it's like you're the pearl. You are the pearl, and let yourself be the pearl. You're going to shine very bright, but right now you've got to crack that shell open and let it be seen. Let that oyster be seen. Maybe that shell looks really beautiful, but people need to see what's inside, and it's going to give you these little bitty moments of happiness in your day. Like I'm imagining somebody at work where everything's really chaotic and it's a bit, business, the whole business talk, and nobody's really being a human. And it's like, you're going to have to find ways. It's encouraging you to be more yourself, right? Be more yourself. Okay, so you got your card. You got Cancer. Fertility surrounds you. Nurture your ideas and watch them grow. You are safe and protected on this journey. I'm going to say that again, Cancer. You are safe and you are protected on this journey. So maybe this is about you needing to feel safe. And you're in your shell, right? You're in your shell. And you're not letting people see the real you. And crack that shell open. Let people see you. Trust that you are safe. There's this other card that I'm thinking of in a different deck, and it says, what would you do if you knew you would be safe and protected and that nothing would happen to you, if everything would be okay? What would you do? And I often think about that when I get into fear of being vulnerable, and fear of being myself. And the last card here is get creative, Pisces. Poetic visionary energy surrounds you. Embrace your inner muse. Let your imagination soar. So there's a lot of encouragement right now about being creative, being fertile, letting things blossom, cracking that shell open, being vulnerable, being yourself, letting happiness find you in every situation, even if it's a work situation where things are super business. Drop the burdens. 10 of Wands, drop the burdens. You got the Hangman. Get a different perspective, because you might be in a little bit of a self-imposed prison right now, feeling like you can't have a different perspective. Yeah, you've got some energies. Ooh, big energies right now. You may be dealing with someone who is, you're dealing with some other people right now that are not very good with their words, and it's making you feel like you have to go into hermit mode, right? Or go into the crab, like, how the crab retreats. Cancer, you're a crab. That's your sign. And it's almost like I'm visualizing you kind of retreating into the sand because you got this King of Swords at the center of your reading in reverse. This is not a very good energy, and I don't feel like this is you. I feel like this is people around you. They are being, it's like they're not trustworthy. They're not kind with their words. They're harsh critics. It's that kind of energy. And the way I'm feeling it is you're kind of needing to step away because they're being very swift with their words. It's very fast moving energy. Now the Knight of Swords is in reverse, and so is the King of Swords. So I feel like you've got a bit of an immature person or people around you that maybe they sound really good when they talk, but it's not real. They're not cracking their shell open. Those are just words. And you're having to take an enlightened perspective out of this situation. You're having to kind of go away, put yourself on the tree, sit there for 7 days and really see what kind of, like, fast and that whole thing, not really, but metaphorically, and just get a better perspective, because this kind of energy is wearing you down. It's making you go into your shell and retreat, and it's telling me, like, find moments of happiness despite these people, these energies around you. Now, what you have is you have the Ten of Wands, the Hanged Man, and the Eight of Swords. And so it's been a heavy burden, and it's made you feel like you can't see a way out. Like you feel like you're in a prison in your mind, and you can't see an escape. And that is why you've gone into this Hanged Man position where you're trying to get enlightenment and get a new perspective. And I feel like you're almost feeling like you're having to martyr and sacrifice yourself, your own, like, time with your family is what I'm hearing, like emotional bandwidth. Like it's really put a toll on you, Cancer, because I'm feeling this burden, this Ten of Wands. The good news about Ten of Wands is that it's an ending. You're about to drop this burden. You are about to drop this burden. And another reason I say you're ending something is because you have the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is it's dead, done, over with. Like it's done. And the good news is this sign he's got in his hand, it symbolizes a blessing in disguise. So what you originally thought was great, and look, this is the Swords energy. Maybe you thought, maybe this is like a boss. Let's just pretend. No, it could be any scenario. But pretend it's a boss at work, or a coworker, or a group of coworkers. You thought this was going to be a really good situation, but now after a period of time, you're like, okay, this is not good for me. It's made me feel like I'm in a prison, right? And the good news is it's about to end. Whatever this is, it's about to end. Some intervention is coming in, and it's helping you in this cycle. You're going to drop these wands, this burden, because you were very dissatisfied. We'll get to that in a minute. And it's ending, and it's a blessing in disguise. Whatever is about to happen that causes this to end is going to be a blessing in disguise in February, Cancer. Trust me, because that's what the Ten of Swords means. This is a good card. You have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So it tells me that for a time you felt like you were just kind of wandering around, like wondering if all this hard work was going to pay off. Like, is the juice worth the squeeze? But because it's in reverse, it feels like you have made a decision. You are no longer in this state of disappointment or like uncertainty, not sure if you should even keep doing this or not. Like, you've made a decision on where to put that last pentacle. And I don't know if it's to keep building this tree or to build a different tree, or if it's just to get a new perspective, right? Like, maybe you're still building on the tree, but you've had a change of mindset. Like, you've had a revelation of, I'm no longer going to do this anymore. I'm not playing these games, kind of thing. Because you have the Hierophant in reverse, which tells me that, what I'm reading intuitively for this is you thought that you had reached a certain level in your either professional life, work life, personal life, and then you all of a sudden realized, oh my gosh, there's so much more to learn. And that's a good place to be. That's a really, really good place to be. You've had an enlightened moment, gained new perspective on where you are. And you've also learned like what you don't like and what you do like in this situation, whether it's work, romantic. It's sometimes like with a job, you think you really want this particular job. And then all these things happen and you start to see, I do not want this job. Thank you. Blessing in disguise that I didn't get that job, kind of thing. It's like that kind of energy is what I'm feeling. It's not necessarily what this means, but you could have somebody who is a little bit unfair. You could have a situation that's ending. This could symbolize contracts ending, right? Because it could symbolize new contracts in upright or contracts ending in the reverse. It could be a marriage or it could be a work situation. So you could be leaving a job, quite honestly, because you do have that energy here if that's what you want, but you're getting a new perspective. That's the most important thing. And the last card you here have is Justice. So something is going to come back into balance. And see, notice behind him, he's got a veil. And so you're what I'm hearing is you're not quite sure yet how this is all going to come into balance. What the energies are telling me is you are going to get in balance. Things are going to start to balance out for you. And so just trust in that. And there's a lot of red here. So this is about your security. I'm saying that a lot too, because you had, where was it? It said, you are safe. Where did it go? You are safe and protected on this journey. And the red being symbolic of the root chakra for me is like, that's a sense of security. So anytime we have a fear of not being secure and stable, whether emotionally, anything, that's a root chakra issue. And what I'm hearing is you're going to start feeling much more balanced in your security. And that's going to make you feel better. You're going to gain perspective that's going to help you balance that out. And that's going to feel like an achievement. Because look, he's got that crown, which symbolizes an achievement. And he's got that sword. And so he knows how to fair and justly cut out things that no longer serve him. He knows how to make fair and just decisions. He is a leader, right? He is like a judge. And so he can make good and wise judgments based on his knowledge, his experience, his expertise. So you're going to gain a lot of wisdom from all of this stuff that you're going through right now. All right. Excuse me for the noise in the background, these kids. I'm going to clarify this 10 of Wands energy. Let's clarify for Cancer. 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands. Oh. The moon. Misinterpretation. So it feels like you've been carrying a heavy burden in a situation that has been very hard to read. Like you're getting a lot of mixed messages, a lot of chaos, a lot of confusion. Like the moon energy can be very dark. Like you can't really see what's going on. And what I'm hearing is it's like felt like a burden because there's been a lack of clarity, a lack of certainty, not really sure what to do with this. And so it's like, yeah, you're dropping that energy. You're dropping that moon energy. And with the Hangman, you've got the Page of Pentacles. And so this is beautiful energy. It's like you're looking at, what are my prospects here? What are the options that I have? What other choices do I have in this situation? How can I change my perspective? And you're like being very curious. The Page of Pentacles is a very curious energy. You're coming at it from a curious mindset versus a like King of Swords or Knight of Swords in reverse energy. You're not coming at it with a mean or rash, harsh with your words. You're just being very curious, very balanced, right? And this really probably has to do with work because of the Pentacles, but it could have to do with family. But you're really just trying to see, what other options do I have? And with the Eight of Swords, you have the Sun. So you are embracing, so because you have the moon and the sun, it's like you going from the moon where it was very murky, very clear. I told you that 10 of Wands, you're dropping it. That 10 of Wands also had to do with this Eight of Swords, which was like self-imposed prison, feeling blindfolded, chained, like I can't escape. You're finally embracing the light. You're finally seeing the truth, and you're embracing positivity, which one of the cards was about happiness, moments of little happiness, right? This is about finding little moments of happiness, and that is what the Sun is all about. It's about staying positive. So this Eight of Swords is a self-imposed restriction. Nobody can make you feel anything unless you allow them to. Nobody can take your power unless you give it away. The Sun is all about taking your power back because you are not allowing them to change how you feel, right? That is only something you can control. And so what this is telling me is like you can get out of this prison by embracing the energy of the Sun, the great gratitude energy, this finding little moments of happiness throughout the day, feeling inspired by the joy of the Sun. The Sun is the happiest card in the deck. Finding happiness in your little moments of the day is what is going to bring you joy. With the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Page of Wands, which is all about invention. So I was saying you were getting out of this, oh, I don't know, I'm not sure if the juice is worth the squeeze. Where do I put this pentacle? You're moving out of it because it's in reverse. And now you're in this Page of Wands. So you're in this curious, like action-oriented energy where it's like the Page of Pentacles is all about like, what are my options? What are my prospects for this idea that I have, this concept for my material satisfaction? This is about creativity. This is about invention. Like, how do I use my creative fire to make something from this tree? And so it's like you are in a more fiery, curious, very curious energy. Oh my gosh. With the King of Swords, you got the King of Swords again. So look at him. I mean, he has got a wealth of knowledge. So remember, the King of Swords in reverse, if knowledge is in upright, this is a lack of knowledge. It's like somebody who thinks they know it all, but they don't, kind of thing. And I feel like you see right through them. You see right through them. They don't have all the knowledge, but they think they do. And you're just kind of playing along. You're playing the game. You're just staying in this positive energy. But, you know, you're having to deal with that kind of energy. And with the Ten of Swords, you have the Three of Cups. So you're celebrating this ending. Remember, I told you this is a blessing in disguise that this situation is ending, and you're going to celebrate this. Whether it's ended yet or not, and it can end in a way where it's like, I'm just ending the cycle of thinking this way, of being this way. I'm coming out of my shell. I'm going to fly. I'm going to be vulnerable, and I'm going to be who I am. I'm not going to go into crab mode and hide under the sand, right? You're not going to let this energy get to me. That could be the change. That could be what's ending. Is used to, you let this stuff get to you. Now you don't. Or you could physically be ending something. You could be ending a relationship or a job. Whatever it is, it's all in the mind, because swords are about the mind. You've got this self-imposed mental restriction here, where you're in a mental prison, and so you're instead embracing the sun, and you're celebrating that. And so with the Hierophant, you have the Five of Wands. Like, come on, this is about chaos, right? You've got chaos around you. Of course. You've got chaos around you. You've got these swords energy. You could have a Libra in your life that's doing this. And then with the Knight of Swords, you got the Eight of Swords in reverse. Anxiety. Like, it is constant anxiety because of how they're talking, how they're acting, how their behavior. Their behavior is causing constant anxiety. Not just to you, but to a lot of people. And apologies, let me go shut this door. So it's causing you constant anxiety, Cancer, and it's just you've had it. You're not. It's like I'm done. You're going into the sunlight, and if you're not yet, the advice I'm giving you, and the advice the cards are giving you is go into the sunlight with the Justice card. Come on, Ten of Swords again, twice. Conclusions. This is ending. You are finally getting justice. You are reaping the rewards of all of your hard work, and this situation is ending. And the justice you are seeking is this thing has to end. It has to die. It's dead, done, over with. So whether it is, at the bottom of the deck, you have the Ace of Swords, which is about understanding, gaining clarity, gaining enlightenment with the Hanged Man. That's what I was telling you about. It was like you're seeking enlightenment and clarity on what to do in the situation. And the advice is that something has to die. Something has to end. Whether it's a way of thinking, way of being, like maybe you've kind of hidden your shell for too long and it's time to be who you really are, or maybe it's you have to decide to leave a job or leave a situation. Whatever it means for you, Cancer, it's what it means for you. But the truth is you're dealing with people that are immature, childish, they're chaos, they're causing you anxiety, and you don't have to. You don't have to deal with that. Embrace the energy of the sun. Find moments of happiness. Get creative. Like this Get Creative card is very much a Page of Wands energy. These two cards are very much aligned. This is about getting creative. Be inventive. Let that be what drives you into this joy and this happiness and this new feeling of, fertility. And, I'm surrounded by abundance. I'm surrounded by creativity. My fire burns bright with inspiration and innovation. Those types of affirmations would do you so well this month, Cancer. I know it's going to be a hard month just dealing with all the people around you, but you are safe and protected, Cancer, because you are wonderful. You are the sun this month. You are shining bright. People see you. So trust in that. Trust in yourself. Trust in your intuition. Trust in your path. It's been lovely to read for you. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.